yeah, it's going to be, it will be quite hard work, I reckon, Marie, but it's going to be relaxing as well. So we've got the Village Beauty Spa on tonight in Mass. Hi, Michelle. Right, before I start, what's the music level like? Can you hear it okay? You got a glass of wine, Michelle. Don't blame you, why not? Give me a thumbs up for the music level. Good, okay, thanks. Should we get started? Okay, here we go. So I just want you to really think about your breath here. Think about trying to really lengthen, relax, mobilise, all at the same time. So just take a breath in and roll those shoulders back. And again, circle back. So I just want to make sure the level's right, the volume, and you can hear my voice is not too loud. Good, and just circle one arm up, not all the way, and then coming back forward. And again, so lift up and circle back, but not all the way. Just feel the chest open and bring it back. And again. And bring it back. Now take both arms up and open the chest and feel the rib cage open out. We're not rushing this. You take your time, chin to chest. And again, lift out to the waist. And drop back. Chin to chest. And I just want you to half roll down. I'm going to bend my knees. I'm going to turn side on. And place my hands on my thighs. Crouch down. And then round the back, open out. And bring those shoulders back. And do that again. So just slide your hands down your thighs, bend your knees. Round the back, tuck under with your tailbone, drop a little bit lower and then slowly unfold. So you're just starting to feel that lower spine release. And again, chin to chest. Bend the knees. Allow the lower back to open out, allow the shoulders to open out, and then round up as you come through. Take those arms above and extend through the spine there. Good, and then come back down, and this time I want you to roll all the way down towards your toes. Draw your belly button all the way up through to the base of the spine. If you need to keep the knees soft, keep them soft. And just hold at the bottom there and just feel that stretch through the backs of the legs. I want you to wiggle your toes there. And I want you to relax your head. And then knees soft, slowly unfold. All the way up. And arms come wide. Good. This time, you're going to come down and interlock your fingers and make a basket. I'm going to face you. And just hold it at the bottom. And just allow your shoulders to rotate right and left. Nice and slowly. Turning those shoulders. Now as I come over to the left, soften your knees, stay left, and start rolling up. Pull the belly button back. Then turn your palms over. Stretch up and over the top and come to a side bend. And then turn your palms towards you. Knees soft and roll down on the opposite side. Try that again. So come to the center. Rotate the shoulders all the way to the left. Then start to unfold, keeping those shoulders left. As you reach the top, turn the palms and sweep over the top, lift out to the waist, and then turn the palms as you come down, knees are soft. And just try the opposite direction. So knees soft, so there's no strain through the lower back. Open the chest as if you're waking up in the morning, and just open there and come around. Good. And again. as your last one, come over, knees soft. Then come all the way up. Good, and just take those arms out wide and round the back. And open the chest. And again, round the back. And as you're opening out the chest, taking some breaths in. Arms come up, palms come together. I want you to reach forward and push your bottom out behind and keep your back straight. And just hold it there. If you need to, take your hands to your thighs. I want you to keep the neck in line with the spine. And soften your knees and roll all the way down and walk forward into a full plank and just hold it there. Push back into the toes. Everybody just hold that full plank for me. Find your center, find by pulling your belly button through, away from the mat, and just hold it there for me. Let's double check. Evening, Jean. Hi, Celia. Good. Okay, holding it there. Just drive back into your heels. Pedal the feet. So we're just going to come into some back extension now. Remember, you've still got to pull that core strong. So drop forward, shoulders away from the ears nice and slowly, and look up and drop the hips. Good. Squeeze your glutes, squeeze your buttocks and drive all the way up. Bend your knees and walk the hands through to the toes. And slowly coming up. Give me that extension at the top. Open out the chest. And again, come down. Chin to chest, all the way down. Use this as part of your stretch. Feel the lower back release. Walk it forward. Find your center and hold. And then drop those hips and extend if you can. Looking up. And just bring to a flat back. Pull your right knee in and center. Left. And climb. So just starting to activate those abs. 4 more. 3, 2. Good, and slowly walk those hands back in, bending the knees. You're in a crouch down position, head, neck and shoulders heavy. Come up and give me that deep breath in. Open out the chest and extend. And again, come down, chin to chest. Think about every part of the move, everything opening out, shoulders heavy, head is heavy. Walk it forward. And drop those hips. Exhale, come up and drive into the heels. Drop to a flat back and bring your knee in. Now I'm going to drive up. And knee in. And drive back. And again. And drive back. Now as I'm doing this, I'm just going to change the direction of my knee. And it's up to you. I'm going to come rotation under and then come back. Rotation under and then come back. And again. And under. Just as many as you can, rest when you need to. 2 more. Last one. Good. Knees come to the mat and just sit back into the heels. I'm going to take that move straight into a stretch. So come up and hold your center. Good, nice and strong. I'm going to thread my knee under all the way and sit down. Now once you're sitting there, allow that back leg just to lengthen out behind you. And I want you to push off both hands and lift the chest. Good, so just getting that lower spine, in that rotational position. Keep that chest lifted. And then come back up into full plank. Take the breath, and when you're ready, step under and through and sit on your buttock and then lift. So pushing off the hands. Good, and bring your knees both to the center and drop down. Hands underneath you and round the back. Good, come all the way up and just interlock the fingers and just release through those wrists. Good, and just coming all the way back onto your toes and slowly unfold. And circle. Good, okay, now if you've got your band, this is where you grab hold of it. Otherwise, just standing as you are, you do it without the band. So feet are hip distance. It's a little bit of standing upper back work. So knees are soft, and that's key. Take your arms in front. If you've got the band, give yourself quite a bit of band to work with. And pull back. Now arms are straight. So what I'm doing here is leaning forward, make sure I don't set my band on line, and squeezing the shoulder blades back. Squeeze. So squeeze those shoulders. Now if you're not using a band, you keep going guys, you are really focusing on shoulder blade retraction. And it actually is really tough even without band or weights. Upper back work. So with or without band, it's up to you. 4 more. 3, 2, 1, and hold it there. Now stand tall. Good, and just pull those elbows behind and up. So, squeezing elbows down and up. There. So now I'm drawing the shoulder blades together but down through the center of the back. Drop and lift. So the band just creates a little bit more resistance through the move. But if you're really thinking about the muscles that you should be firing up, then you're still going to feel this. It's going to be really burning through the upper back. Very important to work the upper back, to work the shoulder girdle for posture, especially if you're sat down all day. See how I'm now making this bigger. Coming over and pull back. And over and pull back. Good. No problem. Good. Over. Pull back and hold it there. Tiny squeeze. So it's a little pulse. And see how my elbows are going behind the body line. Just 8 more. Should be feeling that burn. Last 4, 3, 2, come all the way over. Just release the band. And just float those arms forward and back. And then take them open. You're going to hug yourself in front there. So open and hug. Good, and just take those arms in front, interlock the fingers, separate the shoulders. Drop the chin to the chest. Release those arms and roll all the way down. Good, hold it there. Walk it forward and drop to your knees. I want you to come straight into a cat stretch and just releasing any tension through the lower back. Sit back in the heels. So from here, just keep rocking. We're going to come back to the back in a minute. We're just going to turn over for now and work on the front and on the waist, the obliques. bottom. I'm just going to turn around. And if you've got your band, you can use it up to you. You might have the looped band, but this is just going to stabilise my shoulders as I start to roll down, tuck under. So it's a little tuck under as you roll all the way back and take the band over the top. And then again roll up. Push that lower back down and come seated, nice and tall. And again, roll down. All the way over the top. Think of your breath, exhale, pull that belly through to the floor as you lift. Just one more, slowly working through the spine. And exhale, coming up. Take this straight into a forward fold and reach for those toes. And just drop the head down. So if you're using the band, you could loop that around the feet and use the band to pull yourself forward. Try and keep the backs of those legs straight. And lift up. Take a deep breath in, soften those knees and just hold that half roll back there. So tucking under, making that C shape. Then a figure of 8. Just floating those arms right to left. Good, another 8. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, roll down. Now as I roll down, I'm going to sweep over the top, but come to the left, sweep over and around, and can you roll up on your right side? If you need to draw your elbow into the floor, that's fine, and then come up tall. And then slowly start rolling back and drop to your right. Keeping those abs engaged, roll around. Deep breath before you come up, exhale. Good. Try that again, so roll down on the left, dropping that left side first. And then coming up on the right, well done. Come down a bit lower. Keep going like that and just working on that turning move, that rotation move. Just firing up the waist and the obliques. And come all the way up. And this time you're going to roll down and stay down. And just pop the band to the side. And just bring your feet to the floor. And I just want you to push that lower back into the mat and then release it. So if you have your fingers on your hip bones, just a little tuck under and release. And again. And then just when you're ready, I want you to take the hands behind the head, hold that pelvis nice and steady now, and just lift the shoulders, so basic crunch and release. And again, so just lift. Good, so knees are bent to begin with. Just want you to find that connection. So fully supporting the back of the head. Release. 3. And 2 more. Good. So finding that connection. And release. And just extend your left leg away. Take your right arm by the side. And I just want you to slide in opposite arm to leg, and slide away. Now if you need to still support the back of the head, please do. And just sliding that same leg in to the tiptoes, and then slide away. So what we're going to start thinking about here, and in fact do take your hand behind the head for now, just support the back of the neck. You're keeping your hip bones level, you're sliding that leg in. Now the more weight you lift off the floor from that leg, the more you're going to start to feel it come down the left side, so down your left oblique. And that left arm is just relaxed by your side there. You can take that left arm a little bit wider. We're going to start coming over with a bit of a twist. And if you can, when you slide the leg up and you twist across with that right shoulder, bring that knee all the way in for a crunch. Slowly it comes back down and slides away. Enough time to take that breath and engage and lift, sliding that leg in and come across. Good, and away. Just a couple more. Again, supporting the back of the head, come across with a twist, and then away. Good, last one. Away, good, just fully rest the head, and then just pulling that left heel back, go back to that straight sit up, knees are bent, and just find that center again, hip bones are level, and then I'm just going to think about taking that right arm out to the side. Just start with a straight slide away and sliding in with a straight lift to begin with. Now if you do need to rest out, you can stretch those arms and the legs away from you and just come back in when you're ready. Let's keep this controlled and let's keep that pelvis really steady, and just that movement coming from the leg and coming from the shoulders. So I'm going to start thinking about that twist and that crunch, and we're taking our time. You might decide not to even slide the leg at all and keep that leg lifted. Again, that just intensifies the move. So just going with what's working for you best and taking your time. Just allow that rib cage to open out on the breath in, and that back lifts away from the floor. Good, and when you're ready, just bring both knees up and over your hips. I'm going to reach both arms and crunch, and my arms are coming down the side of the legs. Now, as I extend the arms away, I'm just going to drop the heels to the floor. Now if that's too much for you, then just don't drop all the way, so come up and let's make this bigger into a crunch. Have we got it there? Now if your heels are really close to the bottom, I'm going to make it a little bit easier because those toes are going to hit the floor a little bit quicker. As I say, if you don't want to come all the way to the floor with the toes, then just halfway, and then exhale, brace the abs, come up. Tuck the chin into the chest, a little reverse tuck, so you're peeling your bottom off the floor, and then slowly coming down. And it's as you drop those toes closer to the floor, you've got to make sure you keep that back connected to the mat, and exhale. Now if you want to go another step further with this, those who will know, you just need to start increasing the length of your legs. So you're just tapping away that little bit further. Now I want these really slow, so you can really feel that burn And that work will start to shift up underneath your rib cage as well. So don't hold your breath. Don't hold your breath. Nice work, guys. Wish I could see you, but I can't. So you should be really starting to feel that now. And then just bring it in and hug those knees in tight this time. And release. Turn over all the way onto your tummies. I'm just going to spin around so I'm in the right direction. Let's just give that a little bit of a stretch. So head comes down to the mat, neck is in line. And just push those elbows into the floor. And push those shoulders away from the ears. Take a deep breath in, and when you're ready, exhale and lift. Push your hip bones down into the mat, and if that's too much for you, just keep your elbows on the floor. Just extend through the front of the spine. And release. Push all the way back. Curl your toes underneath you and shift back there. Look, knees hover. And then forward and slowly drop down. Hands come wide, feet are flat. Take a breath in, pull your belly button away from the floor, but lift that chest. Stretch. Squeezing your glutes, and then release. Curl your toes underneath you, hands come closer under the chest, push back, bend the knees, and shift back with your hips. And again, come forward. Slowly drop to the mat. Arms come wide, take a breath. Exhale, lift the chest. Good, drop those shoulders away from the ears. Slowly come down, last time, curl the toes underneath you. Hands come close, strong push up. Shift back with those hips and hover. From there, drop the knees to the floor. Bring your hands under your shoulders and round the back. Extend your left leg behind you and open. Just open out there. Can you thread under, thread the needle all the way through? There's a balance challenge there on your core. Open. And again, come under. So draw those abs in. Balance, balance, balance. Under. And bring it back to the center. Just try the other side. So extend the leg. Allow the hip to turn. Open out. And thread under. And open. Breathe into it. And come under. And bring your hands back in. And come all the way down. Okay. So not too much here because we did some standing upper back work. But I want you to take your arms out in front. Your legs out behind you. And I want you to just concentrate on the breath out, pulling your belly button away from the mat. Not that it's going to come completely away, but just concentrate on really pulling that belly button away from the mat on the breath out. So it's like an imaginary belt and you're tightening that belt, you're pulling that corset in and everything goes tight. And release. Do it again, so pull the belly button up. Probably going to cause a little bit of a pelvic tilt as you do this. So pull up and release. So pelvic floor, squeeze and draw your belly button up and release. And again, squeeze up and release. It's a little tugging motion. Release. Now every time you do this pull and release, so on the pull, lift opposite arm to leg and release. Opposite arm to leg. Release. And again, so pull those abs. Release. And lift. Release. And lift. So feeling lower back connecting glutes. Arms lifting opposite. Release. And again. Just 2 more as you are. Last one. And just release and just leave the legs where they are. Keep those arms ahead of you. Keep that connection through the abs. And when you're ready, take a deep breath. Exhale and pull your right elbow back and rotate and allow yourself to turn out. And then come back through. Deep breath and exhale on the other side. Is it like a front crawl in reverse? If that makes sense. It's like a front crawl in reverse. So pull and change. Now I'm trying to keep my hip bones grounded, but just coming rotation from the middle of the back. And again. Don't forget that pulling motion away from the floor with the belly button. That's going to really strengthen your core. And again. Couple more. Allow that chest lift. Last one. And just come all the way down and bring those hands underneath you. I'm going to draw back into a shell stretch or child's pose. Come all the way back and sit into the heels. And now the weight of the hips just to fall down into the floor. Just breathing it out there. Still rounding the back as you slowly unfold, sliding your hands towards your knees until you're sitting all the way back in those heels. And just come all the way up and roll those shoulders. And then just take your band or a ball even and come all the way up onto those knees. And just hold that band ahead. Okay, so now we're working our center and our obliques, so our waist. And it's a nice stretch as well. So control, push over. Now I'm not sitting back with my hips at the minute. I've got to squeeze with my glutes, with my buttocks. Remember that connection where you're pulling your belly button in, so you're pulling your belly in. Mine's rumbling. Really work on that stretch. So the band is a really good way to help pull over. But don't let the arms come in front of you. Just want you to keep your arms in line with the ears. So as you're connecting, you'll get the stretch, but then you're going to use the waist to come back to center. So it's a really good waist workout. So then what we do is we come across and feel your hips shift back, sit all the way back and circle around, and then come up on the opposite side and hold it in the center. Try the other side. So we pull across and then start to allow those hips to drop back. Feel that stretch, the opening through the side of the obliques. Come around and come up center. Now, this isn't just a stretch, you are working your core, your deep core muscles. So keep pulling back, keep the connection. So the lower spine is kind of moving in a circle, opposite direction to the arms. Good. Just going slow enough so you can think about every part of the move, not holding your breath. And when you're ready, onto your backs, pulling your knees all the way in. I just want you to rock forwards and backwards. Good, lovely work. Extend those legs away. Arms by your side, just pump those legs out, just give them a little bit of a shake. Good, now you can do this with bent knees and feet to the floor. That would be your easier level. Harder is legs straight. Now, again, connection. Take a breath, and when you exhale, slowly, really slowly lift one leg. Then slowly lift the other leg, and it comes up to meet. Now that first leg you slowly drop down. Good, so without the back lifting, without the abs doming. So if you are doming through your abdominals and if the rib cage is flaring out, then you know you need to do this with bent knees. So keep it slow, the slower the better, because that's going to really make your core work hard. So you drop one leg, you drop the other, and then you lift the first leg back up. Keep it slow, keep it slow. So now I can start to feel a little bit of tension coming around my neck and my shoulders. So I want to make sure that I'm focusing my breath and bringing that work down into the middle. On this next, I want you to bring both knees up. And then you're going to crunch both knees in, pull them in tight, open the knees out. And then just drive them away. Relax the head and drive those legs to the ceiling. So reverse tuck, keep your big toes together, pull your knees wide, and then away. Now as I start to make this move a little bit harder, I'm dropping the knees or the legs further away on that extension. So get a good lower back stretch on that reverse curl. And then extend away. Now don't do it as far as that your back lifts. Some of you will be able to come all the way down. Others will need to keep their legs really high. Focus that move, focus that breath. And again, being sure not to let that back lift. Good, last one. And in. Excellent work there. Just popping those feet to the floor. Just take those arms wide and just allow your knees to drop over to the side. And just hold that stretch through your lower back. So 3 to 5 deep breaths. So really we've done no work through our legs, we haven't really done anything through our body, only the back, sorry, but not our arms as such. So we can be really concentrated on how we're stretching here and just spend a little bit more time through the relax. When you're ready, bring both knees into the chest and then slowly take them across to the other side. Arms arms are wide. Just let the weight of those legs drop across. And 3 to 5 breaths. Come back to the center. Just pull your right knee into the chest and extend that left leg away. Come up with the chest and bring your forehead to the knee. I'm going to take hold of my ankle and then pull that lower leg across. You can rest the head, neck and shoulders down there. Then hold your breath. Slowly release that right leg and bring that left knee in. Hug it in tight and bring the head up to meet the knee. Take the hand to the ankle and just pull that lower leg tight across, and when you need to, come down all the way with the head, neck and shoulders. Both knees in, and when you're ready, rock all the way up to sitting. And just take those legs wide. And just sit tall there on your seating bones. And I just want you to float one arm all the way up and over. I'm going to grab hold of my right thigh and just take it as far as I can there and hold that stretch. Pull that belly back. So you can see me when I take a deep breath in, I lift slightly and then exhale and allow yourself to fall into that stretch. When you're ready, coming all the way up. So I'm going to take the left arm over, right hand to the thigh. Just float the arm all the way over. And then just try there to find that breath. Might feel a bit uncomfortable. On that breath out, trying to allow the weight of the body pull that stretch across. Come to the center. And just take both hands just behind the back of the neck and pull the chin to the chest. Release and bring the soles of the feet together. Take hold of your ankles, and I just want you to rock from right to left, from one buttock to the other. And then just taking your right leg out, take your left leg across. And I want you to sit tall first, so lift tall, hug the leg in. Then take that right arm around the front of the leg. Take the left hand behind and turn and look over your shoulder. And release. And just uncross, and the other side. Remember, hug the knee in tight first, sit up tall. Then take that left arm, wrap it around the leg. Take your right arm behind you to lift yourself up as you look over the shoulder. And release, and then just lying down. We're just going to take a couple of minutes. However you're comfortable. You can either lie with your knees wide open and getting that weight of the legs just to drop into the floor. You might be more comfortable with legs long. You may be more comfortable lying over in a fetal position. However you feel comfortable, I just want you to be able to relax. You might even be with your feet to the floor and your knees together. Find where's right for you. And I want you to take your shoulders away from the ears. And I want you to turn your palms to the ceiling. And just relax your fingers. Relax your wrists. Your elbows. Just work your way up through the arms. Getting into a comfortable position where you feel there's no tension through the joints. Through the upper back and through the shoulders. And through the back of the neck. I want you to take it a little bit further around towards your jawline, and your nose and your eyes. And just concentrating on the upper body there. Start taking some long breaths in through the nose and feel the rib cage open out on that breath in. You're going to hold that breath. Then just release that breath however it feels comfortable. And just readdress them, the parts of the body we want to feel relaxed. So make that breath in a strong breath in so you feel almost the tension pull behind your rib cage. Any tension, stress, any thoughts, hold them there. And then just try and release them on that breath out. So it's a strong, powerful breath in. You're in control of all your thoughts and your stress, and you're holding it all in one place. To then be in control when you then release it. And just keep going, working through that pattern. Especially around the jaw, back of the neck and the shoulders where all that tension's held. And if you can start to think at some point about moving down through the spine, through those hips, fronts and backs of the legs, the knees, and your ankles. Just make sure you're still using that breathing technique to pull all of that tension away. And it's not just physical tension, it's tension that's going on in our thoughts. And keep going with that, and just when you feel it's your control and it's your time that you're able to then just relax into a really slow and calm breath. Circle your wrists, circle your ankles. Slowly open your eyes, and then just when you feel ready, bring those knees into the chest and just circle them apart together. And then coming all the way up to sitting, and just come onto your knees. Knees are wide. And just sit back in your heels, so you feel comfortable there. And then just roll those shoulders back. If you're not comfortable on your knees, just sitting on your
bottom is fine. Just take both arms all the way up, float them to shoulder height, and just bring them in front and interlock the fingers. And just drop the chin to the chest and separate those shoulders. Bring those arms all the way down into the floor and bring those knees together. Just round the back there, pushing your bottom away from your heels and tucking under. And release back into the heels. Bring those shoulders back with a big circle. Take one arm all the way up and take the other arm all the way up and bring your palms together and your thumbs towards you. And bring your hands down in yoga style. Namaste. Well done, everyone. Oh, go to sleep now. Well done.